Hello, I'm James Leach, and I am the head of science at Hampton Garden School. I'm also the teacher in charge of running the A-level chemistry course and indeed setting it up for this year. In this video, I would like to quickly run through some key details. I give some context to what chemistry is and how the world values chemistry and the qualification in chemistry can take you, as well as individual details about our particular course at Hampton Gardens and how we would run it and what the course would look like. So what is chemistry? Well, a lot of chemists in the trade, a lot of scientists consider chemistry the central science. It sits nicely between biology and physics, and this branch of science often coincides with both of them. In biological systems, there's often chemistry involved, as a lot of physical systems too. And we're talking about the fundamental particles of the universe here, so absolutely central to many observations we can make. We can talk about atoms, molecules, chemical processes. Whenever something's happening around you, chemistry is probably responsible for it. Chemists help us understand the nature of around the world, and there are, as you will see as we go through the course, we start diverging into different areas of the chemistry with their own particular focus. So you could be an analytical chemist, we can do biochemistry, inorganic, which is the study of metals and their behaviors, and mostly organic chemistry, which is the study of carbon-based chemistry, as well as physical chemistry, talking about rates of reaction and things like that, and also biophysical chemistry, which is obviously a mix-up of all of them. Most of these contexts will be studied as a part of the A-level physics course, A-level chemistry course. Sorry. Why is it such a valued qualification? Well, the key is the skills you would learn in chemistry are transferable, in fact, extremely transferable, because you're a problem solver, you're a logical thinker, you're a good reasoning, observations, you need a very good numerical ability, okay? Often computational skills are needed in chemistry for following tracking machinery and instrumentation. You have to often work as a team, and a big part of your findings, obviously, is communication. So this is part of why the industries that chemistry can feed into are huge and varied. So this is a slide here I've taken from the Royal Society of Chemistry. You could be an analytical chemist, you could be a developmental chemist, you could be an associate chemist, you could be a lab technician or a research chemist or an environmental chemist. All of these areas of chemistry are varied in their approach. And within that, actually, and outside of that, sorry, you've got areas outside of the chemical domain that value the chemical qualification too. Things like teaching, for example. Now, these are some of the areas that I know, actually good friends that on my course and who study chemistry that ended up. I mean, I ended up in teaching, but you could do people who are involved in law, financial services, you have business managers, you have veterinary scientists, computer scientists, medicine, chemical engineers, and I've got friends who are accountants as well. And so you've got, these transferable skills can actually feed into a huge number of different industries by taking a qualification in chemistry. So what will the course look like here at Hampton Gardens? Well, it's a wide variety of different concepts. We'll be studying the atom as a fundamental part, how matter and energy interact, how to control chemical reactions, which is very important for industrial processes, patterns, and you'll find that chemistry is pretty much, the skill of chemistry is spotting the patterns within the periodic table and elsewhere. And then the key part of organic chemistry called understanding carbon-based molecules. So in these topics, you would learn to build up a body of knowledge, but you need to understand and apply the ideas to real contexts. There's obviously a key mathematical aspect to this course that you need to consider too, and equations and numbers are never far away. But most importantly, we are looking at a practical hands-on course. You're going to carry out experiments on a regular basis. The beauty of chemistry is we understand the theory, we can see the theory happening in front of our eyes. So an opportunity to use brand new apparatus that we've ordered in for the new course. And we're going to build in confidence in understanding and delivering practical aspects of it too. We will follow the OCR A-level chemistry, the chemistry A course. You can see a breakdown of the different topics there. The modules there are 6 modules, and you can see those on the screen. I don't need to necessarily repeat those. But you can see that those will feed into the examination assessment overview, where you will do your 3 exams. You have a 2 hour 15-minute paper, and then another 2 hour 15-minute paper, and then you have a 1 hour 30-minute synoptic sort of paper that sort of combines other areas of chemistry together. Now, you'll see that there's a practical endorsement. I will mention that separately. That's not formally assessed as part of the exam process, but it is something that in class you'll be your teachers will be monitoring you on for that to ensure that your practical skills are in line with your theory. This is the example of those exams. So this is sort of shows you it's an exam timetable from previous years where these exams were. So you can see that those 3 exams there are done, at the same time or in the same exam period, but spaced reasonably nicely apart. This is the practical endorsement. So these are what we call PAGs. These are tasks that you will do in class that you'll see your teacher will have particular foci on in looking at your skills. And you can see that those are across the whole of the chemical spectrum in terms of the course. And so you can see it splits up into 12 different areas. We have some requirements because of the rigor of the course. The fact that chemistry is difficult, everyone knows it's difficult, that's why it's so respected. But as a result, we would ask for a grade 6 in chemistry or 6.6 in combined science, as well as reflecting the math skills, a grade 5 in maths. Very common, by all means not exclusive, but a very common partner for A-level chemistry would be physics and biology. They all absolutely link each other together. And of course, maths is a fundamental part of all 3 of their sciences. So maths is obviously a very key supporting top subject here as well. But in the past, I've had students who study A-level chemistry who also do all sorts of other courses, performing arts and French, and they perhaps want to go a bit broader. And perhaps it's just an interest in chemistry rather than pinning it on a career. So the options are there. The course will suit you if you're a keen scientist with a logical inquiring mind, who enjoys practical investigations and understanding key concepts, and likes a challenge. Chemistry is very challenging. The decision to embark on A-level chemistry is not one that should be taken lightly, okay? But the rewards for which you would aim once you get your qualification in chemistry for A-level are great, as we've already seen. I hope that gives you a rough rundown of the course. And I think probably the most appropriate thing there is for me to put my email address in as the head of department. We have lots of experienced teachers of A-levels across the department, including chemistry. So although that we are a new school in that sense, in terms of the school itself not having A-level teaching experience, the staff who will be delivering the course certainly do. I've got a decade of teaching A-level chemistry experience myself, and the experience across the department is also on a similar level to that. So we have very experienced A-level teachers that know how to get the best out of the students for the course. Any questions, let me know. I'm James Leach. You can see my email address on the screen there, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you very much.